I hope everyone enjoyed the speed dating. I really enjoyed getting to, it's funny, even people that you know and spend time with, still you get to know them at a different level. So that was a lot of fun. So, well, good morning again. So let's start with first things first. Some of you may have noticed that we are just a few weeks from Memorial Day weekend. So I want to officially announce that Summer Fridays will be back this year from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And where's Ginger? Well, thank you to Ginger for making sure that this was my highest priority initiative when I came back to this role. It's so great to see all of you here together in person. It's been a few years since our last All-Hands meeting. And I hope we can get back to making this a more regular occurrence going forward. Also happy to have Michelle, my wife, here. If you guys haven't met her yet, please introduce yourself. So, she's met every other part of my family over the 8 years that we've been married, so this is the rest of my family. So let's talk about where we started. Our very first FHA All-Hands meeting was in 2015, about 11 years ago. At the time, many of us had been working together for years, and yet never had met each other in person. Right? We hadn't even seen each other's faces. Now, that was a long time before Teams or Zoom, but most of you guys don't turn on your cameras, and so I still can't see your faces, even though we have Teams or Zoom. So, one of our primary goals for that first event was simply to give everyone a chance to get to know one another. We also spent several hours on the first day going through an exercise to better understand a day in the life of each role: originators, underwriters, project managers, closers. And someone from each of those roles then got to talk about their biggest challenges. And then as a group, we had these cross-functional tables that were set up. But each group would brainstorm on how to solve those issues. Now, the takeaway from that event was powerful. Everyone is fighting their own battles every single day. Everyone has stresses and pressures. No one has it easy. That exercise created a genuine appreciation for what each person contributes to the process. As it turned out, one of the secrets to more effective teamwork is empathy. Understanding life from a colleague's perspective. Coming out of that event, there was an explosion of collaboration and productivity. It also is when I first realized the magic of getting people together in person. So as you spend time with your colleagues today, I'd encourage you to ask them, what are your biggest challenges right now? Is there anything I can do to help? Come away from this event with at least one idea you got from someone else and one that you've given. And I would really love if you'd send some of these ideas to me. Whoever submits the best ideas will be eligible for the hottest viral fashion trend, the MOGA hat, or other Ape Spear swag. So now, where are we now? Now, I want to acknowledge that we've been through some challenging times, but we've learned from those experiences, and we take those lessons into the future. We are doing amazing things. We had a fantastic year last year, exceeding our goals, and we are off to a great start in 2026, which Field will get into when he speaks later in the day. We are absolutely the top FHA lender in the country. And I want to speak about rankings for a moment. Of course we pay attention to the rankings. And yes, of course I want to be the #1 HUD lender of the country. But even more important to me than being number one, I want us to be the best. Being the best means being the easiest lender to work with and the easiest lender to work for. Being the best means we can sit in front of any client and say with complete confidence, we will deliver the best possible execution for you. Being the best means that once a client does a deal with Greystone, they never even consider going anywhere else. Being the best means that we have a team that is constantly improving, innovating, collaborating on all fronts. Being the best means, even if we continue to be number one, we don't lose our underdog hunger. So what changes and what stays the same? Over the past 6 months, the leadership team, Field, Mindy, Sampada, Abe, and myself have been taking a hard look at our game plan. We've been hitting the ball out of the park on healthcare, but we lost some ground on multifamily. This year, there's been a renewed focus there, and we're making tremendous strides. We're rethinking how we recruit, how we train originators. We're building capacity through global resourcing so we can flex without having to grow in boom times and then shrink when volumes fall. And we, really many of you, are experimenting with AI in ways that I believe will be nothing short of revolutionary for the customer and employee experience. But with all the changes and innovations, there are also some things that need to stay constant. And the real secret to our group's success is our culture. Our culture is how we show up every day. It's how each team operates on its own and how we work together. Now, our culture, the FHA culture, is unique. Now, we certainly fully espouse the Greystone corporate values of integrity, excellence, entrepreneurship, and caring. But as a leadership team, we realized some of those didn't go quite far enough to capture the spirit of our group. When we thought about the traits and mindsets that are common to our best team members, we came up with 5 values. A positive mindset toward excellence, accountability without excuses, confidence without ego, collaborate and elevate, and integrity in everything. So let me go through those in a little more detail. So first, positive mindset towards excellence. It all starts with mindset. We don't pretend this is easy. This is a tough business. There are real challenges, real pressures, real setbacks. But we are relentlessly focused on solutions. We approach problems with optimism and a belief that we will figure it out. We don't get stuck on the problem. We focus on what we're going to do about it. This value has no seniority or tenure requirement. A new hire who is still learning the ropes can practice it just as fully as a 20-year veteran. We stay resilient, we stay optimistic. 2, accountability without excuses. We do what we say we're going to do, period. If we commit to something, it gets done. Not because someone is checking on us, but because our word means something. We all know things go wrong. Reports come back late, we find 11th hour issues, sometimes we miss something or just make a mistake. Ask my wife. I make tons of mistakes. But when that happens, we don't look for someone to blame. We don't hide behind circumstances. We take ownership, we roll up our sleeves, we figure it out, and then we learn from it and move on. That's what builds trust. Now, as a leader or manager, when things go right, all credit goes to the team. But when something goes wrong, I take full accountability. Confidence, 3 is confidence without ego. We are excellent at what we do. That's not in question. But we don't feel the need to prove how smart we are. We let the work speak for itself. We stay humble, we stay open, we focus on getting better, not being right. We make room for the people around us to be great. We are willing to learn from anyone at any level, Egos impede progress, and we don't have time for that. Fourth, collaborate and elevate. Well, if you have a positive mindset and you take 100% accountability and you've achieved a humble confidence in your role, the next step is to collaborate and elevate. Every great outcome we've had came from people working together to achieve something none of us could have achieved individually. We lift each other up. We invest in each other. We celebrate wins as a team, and we challenge each other, because that's what great teams do. When we do this right, the whole becomes something none of us could have imagined alone. Fifth, last but certainly not least, that integrity in everything. Now this one sounds simpler than it is, but it is non-negotiable. We do the right thing, even when it's harder, even when it takes more time, even when it costs us something individually or as a group. We act with honesty, with kindness, and with consistency. This one is easy in theory, but all of us can be challenged by it when the pressure is on, the stakes are high, and the costs are real. Our reputation is built in those moments, especially when no one is watching. Because even when no one is watching, you still know. So what does this look like in practice? Well, these values taken together are not just a bunch of independent traits. They produce an energy that is nothing short of magical. Some of you may be familiar with the show called The Bear on Hulu. Anyone know that show? Yeah? Okay. There's one particular episode that is a great example of what can happen when you put all these together. Now, the show is about a restaurant. People say that our industry is a commodity. Well, if you think about it, nothing is as commoditized as a restaurant. But in a commodity product, the experience becomes the product. And great experiences are built on exquisite processes, and exquisite processes are built on a team that is anchored in these values. Now, Mindy told me that I was talking about the speech, and it's like, I don't really remember anything that you said at previous All-Hands events, but I do remember the video clips. So this wouldn't be complete without sharing a couple of those. So Christina, can we hear those up? Here's one.